with that for this Commanders defense. What's the key to success in saving homeowners thousands of dollars. As you might expect, the big security camera
Check it, 1, 2, 3 in the place to be. It's your boy Gaming Dad. Welcome, and happy Reveal Thursday to all the people out there in Nintendo land. Listen, you know I had to come on start by playing this video, man. Two things. I wasn't overly excited. I was happy that it was revealed because just looking for, it's a fish fry. Hey, Oh, you know what, man? I gotta send my daughter some money. But hey, Joe, what's going on, buddy? Listen, man. Hey, Joe, are you watching right now? Did you see the Switch? Did you watch the video earlier? I show my son some love in the chat, man. He in college right now. And shout out to my daughter. It was my daughter that, listen, I got to school and my daughter called me like, Daddy, they just released it. I was like, what? And I was at school. I was like, oh man, I couldn't stream right then. Gotta get myself in trouble. I didn't want to stream right then, so I had to wait. And but I watched it early this morning while I was in class. I showed a couple of my students. They were kind of excited, but not like I was excited. What's going on, CMG? You know, I'm gonna get people into the chat, man. I just wanted to just play this video. Man, I'm gonna play this video, but just you know what? I'm glad we're here. And you know what? Those who've been rocking with the channel, man, think about it, man. Since 2019, man, we've been really talking about a Switch Pro. We've been talking about Switch Pro for a long time. Yeah, listen. That's why I like. Listen, I wasn't super excited. I am excited about Mario Kart though, because Mario Kart looked like it's gonna have 24 players, and that's dope. That is super dope. So I'm glad this is here. When I first saw the video, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the part that caught me, and I thought like, oh my goodness, it's releasing. I didn't listen. All I saw was the date. Didn't even look at the said Nintendo Direct. I'm thinking like, oh my goodness, it's releasing in April. Oh my goodness. No, this is the directing. So this is probably going to release sometime in May. If you look at the breakdown, that April date is not the release of the system. It's the April date is like for the Switch Direct. So they're gonna let me close this here. I'm going to switch over to the screen here. The Nintendo Experience. Now, I'm looking at the dates for this Nintendo Experience. So if you're trying to go, Geeky is coming to Dallas. It's coming to Dallas. And so you listen, I'm going to try to register for both events. There's two events I'm going to try to register for. The one in Dallas and the one in New York. Now, if I get the one in New York, we're going to New York. But if I don't get picked for New York, I'm hoping to get Dallas. Because if I get Dallas, my brother's in Plano, and so it'll be a good trip to go there and get that experience in. Geeky said she was so disappointed. Said that long a wait for more info. I know that they trickling us out like we crackheads. They gave us one little crack rock. That's all they gave us. And don't get me wrong, the system looks nice, but we've seen the system already. If nothing leaked out and then they dropped this bomb on us, we all would be super hyped. But everything ain't got leaked out, so it was like, oh man. So the only thing I can take away from this particular direct was that, hey, Mario Kart 9 is going to be a launch title. So that's something I'm like, okay, ooh, super excited about that. And so then I started looking at these dates. All right, so I'm going to scroll. Let me see if they show them all. Okay, so if you look at these dates, look at this counter here at the bottom. And so these dates we get May 31st is the 6/1. All right, so we can theorize that the system is either going to drop before, because you got a nice little time between 5/11 and 6/1. Is this going to drop at the end of May, or it's going to drop in the early part of June or the middle of June? It could go as far as July. I hope they don't go that long, man. I mean, I understand what Nintendo's doing, but golly, man, come on, killing us softly. But so we can pretty much agree. CMG said I'm definitely going. Well, listen, hey, I'm trying to get my tickets tomorrow. Now, see, if I go to the experience, I'm not gonna come out there for the launch. I can't do them both. I just getting out. My kids is hyped. They like, all right, daddy, let's do this. Even we got to drive. We can drive, go park somewhere. My kids they bought it. And so, what about the controller drift problem? I think they fixed that, Joe. They fixed that problem because they're going to use the Hall effect controller. But you know what? Once again, we don't have a breakdown of how things is going to go. So I believe they're going to fix that problem. Supersonic Michael J said, how many units will Switch 2 sell within its first year? I think as many as they can produce. If Nintendo can produce 20 million units, I believe they'll sell them all. I honestly believe they will sell them all because they in such a good space. Just imagine if they have a Super Bowl ad. That would be huge. I thought the system would come out sooner than this though. It's like, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, we've all waited, and don't get me wrong. I wanted the system to come out sooner than this because, at this standpoint, it's been a long time. Think about it. We won't get this bad boy until the Switch is in its 8.5 year on the market. 8.5 years. That's a long time, man. Yeah, y'all understand video game markets, man. Usually video games turn over between 5 and 6 years, but 8.5 before we get a new system. So that's going to be interesting. I think the Direct will be crazy. I think the Direct is gonna break records on how many people view this Direct that's happening on April the 2nd. It's gonna be crazy. Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. But it's gonna be interesting to see, like, who show up to this bad boy and what do they have to offer. Joe said all they did was made it bigger. I think they did more than that, Joe. Man, you probably need to look. I think they did a lot more than that. I think we're gonna be pleasantly surprised. Right now, it ain't like, oh my goodness, it ain't that game changing experience because we haven't seen the games yet, and I think we're going to get that experience come the 2nd. Now, then this is going to be the crucial part of it because the reveal was nice, but it wasn't mind blowing. And if we come out of this Direct feeling like, oh, it was okay, then Nintendo's in trouble. They're going to be in trouble if we come out of there because of the fact that, what sells the system? What sold the last system? It was the games. It was the lineup of games coming. So this Direct got to be a bomb. But you know what? I wanted to talk about also, I believe Nintendo's going to have a regular Nintendo Switch Direct in February. If it would be weird if they didn't. Because my thing is like, if you don't have a regular Direct, do you release this system before E3, or do you have another Direct after E3? It's so unpredictable, and I think Nintendo did it this way, where you know what, we could all sit here and guess, but you know what? There's no way around it. Let's get to some comments. Geeky said, we need lots of games because Mario Kart isn't enough. I agree. I think Mario Kart is a great game to launch with, but you're going to need more than just that. Because, even though Metroid Prime, to me, it should launch right along with the system. I think Nintendo can probably get away with Mario Kart, Metroid Prime, and something else. I think, if you're a Nintendo fan, if you got those three, you good. But I think the third party is going to come through. You can be like, man, you know what? I mean, I would tell you, man, listen, if you're a gamer, you probably need to get your money together. Because think about it like this here. If the system is $400, and if the games are $60 to $70, I mean, you're going to want maybe, one or two, maybe three games. You might want your new Pro controller. I mean, you're going to come out of that bad boy easily like $800. Easy. It's like, oh, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. JoJo, my son Joe is on the stream. I'm going to say this to you. JoJo, what you going to do, buddy? Yeah, your brother Joshua has paid for his Switch. You have not. So you better get a jobby job. J-O-B. I'm not giving out no Nintendo eShop card tonight, buddy. No give out, no giveaways tonight. This is just a, hey, I knew this was coming. We in it to win it. But we get them out on Monday nights. Sonic Saved by Grace says $400. I think it is. I think it'll be $400, $450 if they're gonna have this, a supposedly Mario Kart bundle. And you know what? And speaking, I don't know if I'll go with the bundle. To be honest, man, I don't think I'm gonna hop on that bundle. Because I like physical media. I think I want a physical cartridge. I don't want no download code, none of that. Because like Quake 311 says, I gotta get ready for school. I gotta get ready for school. JoJo, you gotta get ready for school, buddy. Just Dance, This Week in Gaming 2000. Nah, man, that's too close. That's too close. I think this is episode 222. No. That won't happen. Maybe later in the summer. I don't know, but not 225. Shout out to my basketball team, man. We are currently undefeated, 17-0. Got one more regular season win, and we'll win the regular season championship, and then we'll go off to the playoffs, and we'll get a first round bye, like my Detroit Lions. And man, at least I was telling the kids today, man, we're 84 minutes away from a championship. What's going on new on the channel? I mean, we're just kicking it right now, man, about this Switch 2. They released it today. Well, we're going to watch some more of that. We're going to watch that video again. And I'm excited for the system. It looks clean. And it's a day one buy for me. Quay 311 says, day one buy with the Mario Kart 9? Absolutely. Or Mario Odyssey 2, happy 40th Mario. Yeah, listen. Man, listen, I don't want to mess up your name because I'm notorious for messing up your name. I'm going to call you KG, buddy. I like it. KG is what's going on with the channel. Right now, man, we just talk about Switch 2, man, and getting ready for this content. It's about to be an avalanche of new and important information coming through, and your boy is trying his best. If I can get tickets, I'm going to New York. I'm going to New York for the experience. I just don't know how long you're going to get to test this, how long of an experience you're going to get. That's going to be interesting to see because, it says April 4th through the 6th. It's like, how much am I getting? How much time am I getting during these events? So, registration is open January 17th, which is tomorrow. If you're on the East Coast, it's 3 p.m. So, your boy, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be late for basketball practice. I'm going to let my kids know, like, hey, coach, I'm going to be over there as soon as I'm done. KG is cool. Hey, man, listen, I like it. Y'all show KG some love because I don't want to tell your first name up, my brother, because I know me. Pronunciation ain't my thing. I struggle. KG says, I'm excited to definitely need to complete my console collection. Listen, my brother, I'm the same way. I am the same way. Geeky says, hopefully Fortnite looks better on this. You know what, Geeky, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm really hoping that, the rumors is true and we get Halo. Man, I'm telling you. That's why I'm I'm probably more excited for the Direct on April the 2nd than anything else. Now, if I get a ticket to this show, and the show is it's April the 2nd, man, I might be able to stream, or I might be on a plane to New York. If I can get tickets, man, I'm going. My kids, I know my daughter is about it. I know my son Joseph will want to go because he would want to go. So we had to figure out some way to get him to go too. Or I might have to, I got to fly out them jokers, we might have to drive. But we'll drive to New York. I'll park that thing somewhere and we'll make it happen make it happen, Captain. Let's see. I want to make sure I get all these My boy CMG in the building. Oh, man, it's quite a my girl. I know my girl Holly Pinky. When Holly Pinky found out that it could be Halo, I know she had to go crazy. Dave Dub was like, I hope we get some specs and some more detailed information on Switch 2 soon. I'm glad that it's backwards compatible. I think we are. I think, you know what, when it comes to rumor mill, well, thank God we don't got to watch another video or somebody saying, listen, this is the next mock-up. I got the Switch in my hand. So glad we don't got to deal with that no more. But the rumors going to be now is really like, hey, can we get confirmed specs? You know what? My thing on the specs side of it is that if you live through the Switch 1's situation, you know what? Everybody was like, you know, down on the specs as well on the Switch 1. But look at it later, that's 150 million. At the end of the day, man, it's the games. I want to see how the games run, how they load. That's what's going to intrigue me. I want to see how fast they load. You know, what do I need to kind of, you know, make my system legit? That to me is going to be huge. Hold on, listen, I didn't even see this comment, Quake. Quake said, look how they massacred my boy Donkey. Yeah, man, listen, they made Donkey Kong look bad, man. He looked like a big old cream puff. Like a piece of doo-doo with fur. Donkey Kong did not look good. I don't know why they changed him, but it is what it is. Let me scoot back down at least. He said, I probably won't be able to. You won't be able to do what, Joseph? Get a job? I mean, you got to, listen, buddy. You got to do what you got to do. I get it. But you know what, man? Listen, I'm going to tell you like I told your older brother when he was in school. But you got to do what you got to do. Could be a grown man. You out there. You're going to have to go out there and really get your job. It's not going to be handed to you. If you want one, you'll get one. I don't know what to say to you. All right. Quick, I heard PS4 Pro specs. My expectations are tempered. Just give me a pretty Zelda. Right. You know what? Listen, remember that Zelda, that tech demo they showed, man? I was so hoping that that Zelda came off like that. Like we would get a Zelda to look like a master. Cause that Zelda looked like, oh man, I would love for him when he was fighting that spider. That was back in the Wii U days. I just thought Zelda was gonna come out like that, but it didn't, man. I don't like how you right. I'm in the same boat. Give me a pretty Zelda. I think you know what I think it's a couple things about this release that excites me. It excites me, one, about the possibility of this social aspect, to be able to, hey, you know what, let me create my own community. These people are in my community. And then, you know what, I can get together and say, oh, maybe they allow me to create multiple communities. So I can have a community that's strictly my family. I can create a community that's like, hey, these are my subscribers, and we in it to win it. And we can do things like this, and that connection is as fluid and seamless. I'm looking forward to seeing how they handle that. I think that rumor is true. To me, it's like it's smart, intelligent, different than any other system, and it's gonna be a part of their of the Switch 2 that a lot of different companies copy. I foresee that happening for sure, especially if it rolls off and it's a success. Oh man, you're gonna talk about, you know, every content creator gonna have some kind of, you know, way to get that community, and it's a smart way for Nintendo to really, you know, go at YouTube in a sense, because now if you're creating content, they're gonna want that content on their platform. I don't know how good that works. I don't know. I'm just rambling off stuff that it could be, but that excites me to get those details. And like I said before, once, you know, the social media aspect of it, seeing how the games run on the system. We know that the specs are way better than the current Switch. And I don't need to be a PS5 in my hands. I just want the games to run better. I want them to load better. I want to have a unique quality experience. I want to see some impossible ports. I want to see what I want to see companies make games strictly for the Switch. That's why I'm probably more excited about at games Nintendo produced for the system, because maybe it'll encourage other companies to say, "Hey, we've got to bring these unique experiences to the Switch." I'm looking forward to seeing what companies show up and say, "Hey, we are at launch. We in launch window. We in 2026 early." I want to see. I will hope this direct is at least an hour long, and I think it's got to be, because they're gonna have way more third party support. Let's see. KG says, I think we'll see Halo, Marvel Rivals, and COD coming to the Switch 2. COD is for sure. That's a lock in. We know COD is a definitely lock in for the Switch 2, because during that trial with not the trial, but the court case dealing with Microsoft acquiring Activision, it was released. They signed a 10-year contract to have every Call of Duty day and date with the Switch. So that's COD is coming. At Marvel Rivals seems like it should be a lock in. I think you'll be a fool. Marvel Rivals will be a fool not to show up on the Switch. I think Halo was something they should have did on the Switch 1, because they could have did, like I've been beating this dead horse, but I said, hey, Microsoft, you leaving money on the table but not release it. All they had to do was release Halo 1. If they did put the original Halo 1 combat involved, or maybe even Halo 1 and 2 on the Switch, and give it online support, man, it'd have sold millions. But who am I? So Miyamoto wanted the classic Donkey Kong look. To me, it's the Seth Rogen Donkey Kong. Not my treasure, DK Country. Yeah, rareware version. Absolutely. Hey, Quake, are you picking up I keep seeing videos. I'm thinking about picking up that Donkey Kong, but I won't pick it up to, I'm close to the Switch. Another good question, man. Have you guys oh, my son threw me off. Have you guys heard any other new news? Because I've been coaching basketball all day, so I haven't got a chance to come back and get updated. Have y'all heard any new news that kind of, that maybe I haven't heard yet? Cause I know it's probably been, new rumors has probably been dropping. Geeky Chicks said, Game Explain channel has enhanced version of the Mario Kart footage. Oh, I gotta check that out. You can definitely tell it's a new Mario Kart show. My guy Ruben, what's going on, man? Happy Switch reveal Thursday. We're gonna look back in time and say, I remember when they released the Switch 2, and I wasn't that excited. Not like when they released Switch 1. That Switch 1 trailer, I was like, oh my goodness, because the system was so new and different than anything else we had out there, that it was a phenomenon because of what it offered in a handheld device. He said, nope, not triple dipping no DK way. Man, I didn't triple dip. I did buy it on the Wii, so this will be a double dip for me. So I'm thinking about it though. I love Donkey Kong, man. Them Donkey Kong games, man. Like, go back right now, man, into the Nintendo Online, man, and play those original Donkey Kong countries. You'll be like, man, these games were good. So my son Joseph says, I'm going to try to get me a job and probably go to Walmart. You might have to, buddy, but you know what? Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. With that town you're in, it's so small, man. Daddy got to work on getting you a car down there. So, you might not come through this time, man. I might have some projects for you to do this summer when you come home this summer to kind of get you some money. But I still want you to try though. You know, you can go out there and try. You listen. If you fail and you fail, you keep failing. You just never know when you walk into the right situation at the right time. Especially Joe, man. If you keep God first, man, you gotta pray, man. You gotta pray and ask God to guide you and lead you. And once you do that, man, you go out there and you keep trusting God, and you'll find out that your blessings be right there in front of you. So just don't give up, buddy, because a couple people might have told you no. Oh, absolutely. This question here is a great one. It says, do you think there will be a Switch 2 Lite? Absolutely. Absolutely. Think about like I think over in Japan, I think they sold like, 8 or 9 million. That's in one region. I would like to see like what's the total numbers. That's one thing Nintendo don't really do. They don't really break down like which systems are selling at what clip. They might say, "Hey, we sold 150 million," but how many of those Switches are Switch Lites compared to the other brands? That's the information I would like to know, because the Switch Lite 2, man, I can tell you right now, me and Geeky, that's a day one buy. I still, man, where is I still rock with my Switch Lite, man. Still rock my day one. This Switch Lite. I would never sell this back because this started my channel. Still rocking with that. So yeah, absolutely, man. I think before we get a Switch Lite, we'll get a Switch something improvement. I would hope we would get a better battery version of the Switch. So once again, another question, man, that I'm still waiting to be answered is like, okay, the battery life of the system. I was hoping maybe in this video they kind of like, since it was so hardware focused, that we would get that kind of information. I was kind of surprised to get the direct information. I'm super happy. I'm glad they say, hey, you know what, this was going on. So maybe doing this Switch 2, it just says Nintendo Switch 2, so maybe they break down a lot more information. Gigi said, I just posted how I love my Switch Lite, my favorite console. Yeah, the Switch Lite was super dope, man. Super dope. You know what, though? Gigi, I'm telling you, I wish and I'm praying that Nintendo hears me. Please, Nintendo, release a Joy-Con with a D-pad. Don't get me wrong, I like the buttons. I get it, man. I need a D-pad. And I want this D-pad. This D-pad was the best. But man, listen, this is so much more of a pocketable. I don't want to say pocketable, but it's carry friendly. With an 8-inch system, is without a shadow of a doubt, there'll be a light, and it's gonna sell. If they really want to like do them in, and they make that light and say, hey, we got it in two versions, we got an LCD version and we got an OLED version. I think that's one thing Nintendo missed out on this generation, was not having a Switch Lite OLED version, because it would have sold. They could have released that later in the cycle, and it was still sell. Matter of fact, I tell you this much. Depending on pricing, if they came out with a Switch Lite model right now, it would sell. It would sell. See, Nintendo, I think they just missed the ball on that one. They missed the ball on that. They could. That's one another. It's not too many moves Nintendo has made where you was like, oh man, that wasn't the best move. That wasn't a smart move, but that was one of them. I still say, hey, they should have made that happen. Quake said, I'm still surprised the OLED light wasn't a thing in the first generation of the Switch console. Absolutely, man. To me, it was like, I want to know the person that said no, that we shouldn't green like that. I was like, that was crazy. You had a Switch Lite version. You could have pocket that thing with this last Zelda that came out. Made it a gorgeous color, or made it like a see-through fluorescent color, kind of in the same way of that of like a purplish see-through. Man, they would have ate that up. I think everybody on this, not say everybody, I know me and Geeky would have ate that up for sure. Like, oh my, I'm sorry, I'm getting that bad boy. And I would still be playing it because I just like the small form factor. It just worked really well for me. Quay says my daughter is using our blue switch light for her Link's Awakening run. Oh man, I'm telling you, man. I'm really excited about these games. Are going to be the telltale on what we do going forward. I'm telling you, it's going to set the tone. That April, you mark it on your calendar. April 2nd, it's going to be the day when we're going to be like, oh my goodness. Like, if we get in this game, let me ask you guys a question. Is there any game, one, that you really would like to come to Switch to? And two, is there any game that you will be surprised that comes to Switch to? I would tell you, listen, and I'm going to answer mine first. The game I want, you know it, is Madden. I would love a Madden on college football. This to get to me, I want that announcement. So I'm like, okay, I know for sure I'm picking that up. Star Wars Jedi Survivor is another game I want to come. Like I'm looking forward to picking up. That I purposefully waited and did not pick up because I just got a feeling that's coming. Like EA gotta they gotta find some ways to make some more money. You know, that's Jedi. Them Jedi games is gonna make them some money. Oh man, so a game that would surprise me will be like Black Myth Wukong. That would surprise me if we got that to the Switch, and that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we do get it because that's a game that once again I wanted to play portably, and I was like, man, you know what? I had to wait. You know. See, Sonic Knuckle says, here's the truth of the matter. I want to get a Switch 2, but I already spend far too much time on games with my tablet and Switch Lite. I don't want another device I'm addicted to. I want to stick with the Switch Lite, gifted by We Are in a Twitch community. Okay. Listen, it's one of them things. It's one of the things, to each his own. And I get that totally. But I like new hardware. I ain't gonna front. I like new cameras. I like new hardware. I just like that experience. There's something about it. Was that experience of playing Breath of the Wild on the original Switch was like nothing I've ever experienced. Let me take it back. That was just as most how do I say it? It was just as a powerful experience as it was when I played Super Mario Brothers for the first time. Let's see. Dave said, "I want a new Fire Emblem game." I think that's coming. I think, you know what? I think a new Fire Emblem game is coming to the Switch. I believe in this February Direct, because you remember that rumor? It was been a rumor for a long time. The new Fire Emblem was coming, and then we kind of didn't hear nothing else about it. I believe that game is coming. I believe. Hear me out on this one here. I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna read Dave's statement, and I'm gonna come back. Dave said, "I want a new Fire Emblem game for the Switch 2. I also like ports and slash remasters, remakes of Zelda Wind Waker, Super Paper Mario from the Wii, and Zelda Twilight Princess." Now hear me out. I believe that some of these games that was on the GameCube that we was hearing about but we didn't get is coming, and GameCube is going to be announced for Switch Online, which is going to cause it to go up in price. And them games that we thought we were supposed to get, that Metroid Prime 2, blah, 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 is coming. I really would hope Nintendo would do this and say, hey, and give us a virtual console. And just give me those options to say, hey, you know what? This goes along, as long as you own the game and you have an active membership, these are your games. I hope to get that kind of experience as well. Hold on, I think Geeky said something. Geeky said, okay. Geeky said, I think Sim 4 will come to the Switch. I think if EA is smart, that's an easy one, because I don't think Animal Crossing is coming to at least the earliest this Christmas, which is once again another game. Like you got it's Nintendo. They got to get it within that first year of the system. Using Joy Cons as a mouse will make that even more easier to port. Agreed. Agreed. You know what? I want to see which games take advantage of that mouse. I'm not gonna call it a gimmick, but that interaction with the mouse. I want to see what games take advantage of it. Now, who's gonna buy into that? So, yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that one. I think I missed Quay's question. He said, he said, I would triple dip on Far Cry 5 for the Switch 2 or Switch OG. You know what? My oldest son, he loved Far Cry. God almighty. Suicide Saved by Grace says, it's still fun to enjoy new games, but I don't want another device. I'm on 16 hours a day. Oh yeah. You know what? I know, right? Then you create this massive backlog like I have. Cause I play games recently very sparingly, not as much as I used to. That's only because it's basketball season and I'm a photographer now, so that takes up a lot of time. But I get your sentiment totally. Yeah, you don't want to. You kind of don't. It's like even in church, we kind of talk about at the distractions of life that keeps you from serving Christ in a manner that He is happy and pleased with. So we got to be mindful of those distractions. I like games. Listen, games make me happy, man. That is, they do. They allow me to travel to a place and interact with things that I typically don't get to interact with every day, and especially when you go out and you deal with humans sometimes who are challenging to deal with. Games that kind of give you that nice escape. I just think you need to make sure you do it in balance and making sure that like the Bible says in the Book of Psalms, to meditate on His Word night and day, and continue to pray. I think God wants you to be happy also and enjoy things on earth. So everything happens as long as you do it in balance. Quake says, Final Fantasy VII Remake for the Switch. I would pick that up day one because you know what? I bought it. Listen, I've never played it. I bought it for my son for Christmas one year. I bought it for Joe, and I watched Joe play it. And I was like, "Oh man, this doesn't." Because I like the action RPG. I like Final Fantasy 16. I think Final Fantasy 16 is dope. That would shock me if Final Fantasy 16 came to Switch because of how intensive that game is on the PS5. So that'll be another one. I'll be like, oh, what are you going to see how this turn out? So. Mouse compatibility sounds like it would cater to League of Legends, World of Warcraft, Civilization fans. Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. Totally agree. But that tells you, I say that Nintendo, somebody had to be talking to Nintendo and say, hey, how can we make this happen? I think the mouse is going to be like super crucial also to first person shooters. I think you're gonna find out the COD on the Switch. You're gonna be incredibly compatible. I mean, what's the word I'm looking for? You'll be able to compete. I had a brain fart for a minute. You'll be able to compete really, really well with that mouse coming, especially if it's easy. It depends on the ease of use. And then where can I keep that mouse? You know what? Do I gotta be on the countertop? Could I put that mouse on my leg and play? Oh, buddy. It's like a lot of endless things to look at. Oh, Quay, man, listen. Geeky, I'm gonna get to your comment in a second, but you right. Splatoon with a mouse controls. Whew. Jeez, oh Pete's. Jeez. Oh man, that next version of Splatoon is gonna be crazy. Listen, I got another question to ask you. Um, Out of the Mario franchises that we didn't get on the Switch, it's not very few of them, but there's some few of them. Which one are you most excited that we might get back on this new Switch 2? Gigi says, League on the Switch would be wild. Yeah, listen, it would be crazy. It would put, and I think this is smart by Nintendo by reaching out to some of these systems like this here, because it just gives them a wider audience. You know what? Um, like how many of us have other systems beside the Switch? The Switch sometimes it's not even our main system, but we got one, and so that's why it sold so well, because it's so easy to say, all right, I'm gonna want to play Mario games and the things that Nintendo offers, so I gotta have a system. You know what? If I had to choose between this and the Steam Deck, I'm gonna choose this because I'm more of a Mario fan, especially if I get Madden. Supersonic Michael J says, "A verse of the day." I love to read the verse of the day. So I say, live by the Spirit, and you would not gratify the desires of sinful nature. I was just talking to some kids in my classroom about sinful nature. For the sinful nature desires what is contrary to the Spirit, and the Spirit is the Spirit's and the Spirit what is contrary to the sinful nature. They are in conflict with each other, so that you do not do what you want. Galatians chapter 5, verse 16, 17. Hey man, thank you for that sharing with that. We are always in battle, man. Always in battle with the Spirit. You right, geeky. Pinkman with mouse control. See, this is my only issue. I kind of, you know what? I like controls, but you know what? If I can make that thing just a tad bit better, I mean, could you imagine, at playing it tabletop, mouse together? Oh man, this boy, I'm telling you, it's I think it's gonna be. I think Nintendo with just that mouse setup is really creating something new where to your eye it looks like the same old Switch but bigger. But once you start playing the games in the manner they are allowing you to play them, you're gonna find it's a totally different experience, and you're gonna probably enjoy it more. I can tell you, listen, if the mouse experience on the Switch 2 is as good as advertised, you're gonna find out a lot of people come over to the system. Telling you, Nintendo's in a really good place right now. They just need to make sure their game lineup for this Switch 2 Direct, it's got to be phenomenal. It's got to be phenomenal. Don't forget, good people, if you have not hit the like button, definitely hit that like button for your boy. I appreciate you all that you do. Geeky says, will we get Splatoon or Animal Crossing first? I think the same team that works on them. I believe we get Animal Crossing first, because like Splatoon 3 is still, kind of new. We kind of wasn't really expecting. I didn't think we would get a third iteration on this particular console, but we did. So we got two Splatoons. I think it's Animal Crossing. As a matter of fact, I think the smarter move is Animal Crossing, is because you're going to attract so many younger children. You're going to attract so many people that remember the excitement of playing Animal Crossing when COVID hit, that they are going to want to buy and re-up. If they make it, especially if they make it exclusive to the Switch 2, which I think is smart, you know what? You're gonna skyrocket your sales of your system. And it's very possible. I'm telling you, even with 20 million, I think we sell out. I think they sell out. I think stores are going to sell out. I would definitely advise you to pre-order. I would definitely advise you to pre-order. I mean, I've been checking, like, as soon as I get the word that somebody says something that because they can't really do pre-orders until there is a price and a release date. Really, it's the price is the big one. If we had a price, then you know what, we can be all right. But I believe, like, at April 2nd, at probably pre-orders is going to go. If not, if they don't release the price early, because they say they're going to release information in stages. And I would really hope they say, hey, this is the price. Because to me, that doesn't take much. That's strictly a Twitter shout out drop. Hey, Switch 2 price is pre-orders begin. And you know what? The floodgates are open. Because you know what? I'm going to be pre-ordering that bad boy everywhere. I got a son that's in college who will probably say, hey, Dad, I know I can't get it right now, but put it on my Christmas list. I know it is. It's going to happen. Okay. All right. Let's see. So before we get off this page here, I just wanted to go back over this here. Hey, the Nintendo Switch 2 experience in New York, April 4th through the 6th. I think this is gonna be dope. I'm already looking at hotels that's close by here. I'm gonna have my son look for me, and I think my son probably will go. So I got to talk to him tonight to make sure that we understand that there's an agenda. So we all got to get on here at 3 p.m. tomorrow and try our best to register, and hopefully, and it's like if you register, it's just a drawing. So you might not even get picked. I might be there day one. It might not even get picked. So yeah, I'm just gonna get in, and many times as I can, I'm gonna try to do for the two places I'm gonna do it for, and hope everything works out. 'Cause I know for sure I'm not gonna make it to Los Angeles. I don't even want to take that flight. But I would drive to New York if I had to. It's about 11-hour drive for me, and I would drive to Dallas because Dallas is probably more like a 12, maybe 13-hour drive for me. But I can make that happen. Because my daughter would go with me, and we would share driving responsibilities. It's not all on me no more. The kids are old enough to help out. Okay. All right. Let me. I don't know what other new news. I haven't checked the news in a minute. Let me dig into it real quick. It might be some new stuff that popped up. Let's see. Nintendo Direct for Switch 1 games coming next month. See, I knew it. Now that the Switch 2 has been revealed, rumors and leaks in general should be calming down. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to go away completely. One thing that stood out in the Switch 2 reveal trailer is that there are 2.5 months before Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Okay. Well, if insiders end up being right again, we might have an answer. You see, in the same podcast episode that Nate the Hate revealed his info on the Switch 2 reveal trailer date, he also said that a Nintendo Direct that is focused on Switch 1 games would be coming in February. Since then, Brazilian journalist Pedro, I said Pedro, Pedro Lepe has now said in a Family Board post that February Direct is just around the corner. There's also more than likely going to be a Pokemon Presents presentation in the same month. So it's possible that Nintendo decided to wait until April for Switch 2 Direct because they have other presentations to do first. Perhaps a Switch 1 Nintendo Direct and Pokemon Presents will help make the wait for April a little easier. And I think it would. CMG, my guy, you are absolutely right, man. These are exciting times to be a gamer. It's an exciting time to be a Nintendo fan. You know what? I remember, man, when the PlayStation Vita came out, and they were doing their particular around the world. Hey, come play the system, blah blah blah. And they stopped here in Atlanta, and man, I made sure I made it down there, man. It was such a great experience. They had it in a really classy place, man. You got a good, 30 minutes with the system, which was like, man, super good. I was able to play, Uncharted for the first time, and I was like, oh man, I was in love with the system. I was like, oh man, this is a day one. It got me a Vita shirt that I still have to this day, and I wish Atlanta was a spot that they wanted to visit. Oh, my son had jumped on the scene. What's going on? They said Dallas would be hotel friendly. Okay, Dave. Hey man, listen, I know you watching. Do me a favor, listen, but I need you. But I really want to go to New York. Why? Because I want to do content early. Can you see if there's anything in the prices in this first one? This Center 451. Like, look at these addresses. So look at both addresses, Dave. If you can copy them down real quick. I'm gonna hold this screen for a hot minute. You got this one here in New York and this one here in Dallas. If you look for both of them, see which one has the, would you feel like would, because, if the New York's rates are like, just a tad bit expensive, I still would like the New York experience. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to side note. My son David jumped on, and I'm not gonna put all his business out there, but he graduated from Fair State University, my alma mater, and he is now too. And he works for the hotels, couple hotel places, and so we trying to, he gets a very generous discount, and it's even better because we share the same name. And so if he can find me one, listen, that's even better. And then, you can look at the dates too, April 4th through the 6th. I would probably either drive or fly in. I'm already like, if I get these tickets, I'm already prepping my job. Like, hey, I know this is right before spring break, but I am taking these days. I was like, I am not coming to work. It is what it is. Y'all got to figure it out. It won't be me. All right, I'm gonna leave it there just a little tad bit longer. Oh my friend, let me move your name so you can see. Yeah, hey, listen, man, I got 1 year, Quag, man. I'm gonna make it out to CES because I want to go. Yikes! So already looked at New York, $400 to $500 a night. Yikes! All right. Waiting 5 days. Oh man, that Dallas experience is so long, man. All right, well look at Dallas, Dave. Golly, $400 to $500. Jeez. She. Oh man. Listen, that might do it, cause $400 or $500 a night, man. Listen, I can't pay $1,200 just to go play it on game. Cause that's just the stay, not long feeding everybody, and then, whoo. All right. While my son does the look up Dallas, I'm gonna get back over here to looking at some of these other stories that might have popped up. So you listen, hey, we talked about it earlier. So the Nintendo Direct for the first one. Okay, this is a very good question. Is there any Switch One games that you feel like, man, I would be so happy if I got this right now? It's really, to me, right now, unless, they had something that was just brand new, but it's already only one Switch One game, or a game. It's not even a Switch game. I mean, I just want this Hollow Knight Silk Song. I'm ready for that. And you know what? I would love either like a Shadow Drop of Metroid Prime 2 or Zelda Wind Waker. I would love to see that. I mean, that's kind of option, but I'm gonna be excited for the Switch One reveal because of the fact that I don't know what else they got to come. What else could they show? Yeah, that's my thing. My question, like, I have no clue. I don't even know if there's any game I want to see on Switch One. But the good thing about it, we should be excited for the Switch One Direct because it's backwards compatible. So unless somebody else knows something I don't know, I would, I'm all game. My expectation for the Switch One Direct is not super high, but it's not low either. All right, got another question. As y'all think about y'all type in. Is there any game that you really want them to get the upscale Switch 2 experience to make that game either run or perform better? And to me, listen, okay, I've always said like Zelda and Tears of the Kingdom both had their issues at certain spots. I mean, it wasn't game breakers by any stretch of the imagination because I love both games, but they had issues that I would like to see cleared up. Those are, one, but they're not my biggest one. My biggest one that I really, really, Nintendo, please fix this game and allow it to run silky smooth on the next system is Age of Calamity. Oh man, I didn't finish that game because I was getting mad because it was bad to me. I was like, you know what, like this game wasn't optimized to the best of its abilities. Okay, Switch 2 Mario Kart has new Donkey Kong design, and I mean, listen, I'm not gonna say it's terrible, but it's not like something like, oh man, that's a great Donkey Kong. Look, that's well designed. No, I don't feel that way. Switch One feels like it's over already. Ooh. Shocked we are getting another direct for it. Listen, Geeky. Whew. Gee. I don't know. I agree with you. Listen, because you know what? Only because it's been so long. It's like, man, I'm not super overly excited. But it is a game that came out today. I can't think of the name. I got to search for it. It's an indie game that just came out today. I'm going to pick it up on the Switch because I like me a side scroller. I can't think of the name of it. I saw it on Switch Up and I was like, man, I want to get that game. And I priced it. It's like $16, but I forgot the name of it. It's that quick. I know I'll see it once I open my Switch Up. So Disney Dreamlight needs to be optimized for Switch 2. It ran so bad on the Switch. See, that I agree with you totally. I like I don't like if I'm gonna spend that much money. I want to have a good experience. So that's what I'm hoping this Switch 2 provides me on some of the games that I currently have that didn't run quite as good. But I hope somehow, some way, it has some secret sauce in there that just adds to the flavor of the game. No matter if it's backwards compatible or not. Okay, so nothing really, really new. I don't know. Kamaya is furious. I don't know his name, but I think that's what it sounds like. It's furious to Switch 2 leakers. Okay, before I continue on with this story, I can understand why people would be upset. Because the excitement of the first Switch was like so magical. And then we get this one here, and I'm happy that it's out so other companies can start talking about it. Dallas is available. Ooh wee. Okay, all right. All right, I'm gonna try my best to get them both. Oh, okay. Dallas would be good. That's a good little time too. Man, I need a calendar. Now I don't want to pull out my calendar. I want information on there. But I'm gonna look at those dates. All right. Ooh wee. How far do you know, Dave? How far the hotel that you know of is to the event? You know how far that way that is? Is it walking distance? Is it driving distance? Is it like in the same facility? I want to know those kind of information so I can be like, you know what? Well, I can just walk across the street. I just go there and park and just chill. And oh man, yeah, buddy. But I'm gonna bring my calendar and my camera. All right. So back to the story here. The former Platinum Games producer, the Kamiya, my bad, I said Kamaya. Hideki Kamiya has taken to X to rant about the Nintendo Switch 2 leakers who spoiled today's reveal for some people. To say Kamiya was furious with them could be seen as a bit of an understatement. You can read the Okami sequel developers' thoughts about the subject down below. Oh, let's read this out loud. He says, I hope all you people who leaked Switch 2 information and those who helped leak it will be cursed. Golly. For the rest of the man, listen, I'm not reading that out loud. Words have power, man. It ain't that serious to go on social media over no toy. At the end of the day, man, we all like video games, but it's a toy, man. You can't be doing stuff like that, man. Shame on this guy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like his games. Okami is dope, but this is stupid. Can't be no grown man out there doing that. 13-minute drive. Oh, buddy. He said, we are all going to dinner if you come to Dallas. Absolutely. You can see all my, if I go, all my babies coming. All the babies coming. I think my son Dave will catch a flight and meet us in Dallas. What you say, Dave? You listen. My son is. I'm so proud of him, and he just turned 27. God Almighty, Dave. He just turned 27, and you know what? He is a traveling man. Him and his girlfriend. They get out there. They go everywhere. I called him on his birthday. What you doing, Dave? I'm just in Chicago, watching some football. But that's so good. But Geeky, you are absolutely right. We come down there, we going to Din, and I get to meet my friend Ben for the win. Oh, absolutely. I know y'all know some spots down there. All right, let's see. Let me get back. Don't forget to get people to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, man, hit the subscribe button, man. We're a dope community. We do our things every Monday night. This is just a special chime in. Let's look at the video. Matter of fact, let's watch the video again. Let's watch it one more time. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Do I get the volume up? I get my iPad volume? Yeah, my iPad volume. So, you know what? Listen, my thing. The bezels are a little bigger than I wanted them to be. I'm glad it has a USB-C port on top and on bottom. I like the kickstand. I just don't know how durable that bad boy is going to be because I really like the kickstand on the Switch OLED. I am concerned when looking at it about this connection, not on the controller, but that connection piece that goes, we're going to see it in a minute. I am concerned about that. I'm glad that the buttons are bigger. I'm glad that all the buttons are bigger, even in to be able to play the thing. I think it's dope. The penny, you're gonna have to keep them bad boys clean because when you're playing with in mouse mode, you know, tell you what's gonna be dirty. But yeah, like that connection right there, to me, it's gonna cause issues for those who really are, not careful with their switches. So, looking at the system, I probably would definitely look to buy it in some form of insurance. Now, the great thing about it, man, listen, this is one of the perks of buying things. I really love Best Buy. I'm a big Best Buy member, warranty member. And so, I pay that premium, every year. It's like $200 or $300. But you know what? it's super dope because I can, all my stuff is covered. Like if I buy Apple products from there, I automatically get Apple Care without even purchasing it. And I'm gonna buy probably multiple systems, probably from Best Buy, because I'm part of that program that gives me that warranty. But that's the part of it that kind of that system that I was like, man, I'm a little worried about is that connection because of how easy it could be. It could be broken. Oh, Dave said most deaf. Oh, buddy. All right, I'm gonna try my best. So, Dave, you're gonna have to do the same thing because I don't have your Nintendo information. That tomorrow at 3:00 you gotta register. So look, I would love to go to New York, but man, that $500 is something I can't do. I not gonna be able to do it. But Dallas sounds feasible. So let's look at that, Dave. Let's look at that and look at those dates. And I might have you just go ahead, man, and just book a couple rooms so we can go ahead and get it solidified and at least that side of it. But wait until tomorrow though. But I need you to find your Nintendo account information because that's the way you have to get your tickets. You gotta have Nintendo account information. Let's see. Quake 311 says, mark my words, Kirby will have another release on OG Switch. I think so. I think Nate the Hate kind of talked about that, but we'll keep going. Before they bring it behind the barn to be I will read this again. Mark my words, Kirby will have another release on OG Switch before they bring it behind the barn to be shot. I didn't think a proper Dr. Mario will be too much to ask. I'll take Dr. Luigi port now. A Kirby game would be nice. Kiki said, I love Kirby, so I hope you are right, Quake. Kirby, the last Kirby game was pretty dope, so yeah, I could dig that. Timbo, what's going on with you, man? How you doing today? They're going to try to go to Toronto Showcase. Wish me luck, man. Yeah, I will, my brother. Toronto will be good, too. Ooh, man, Toronto will be good. Listen, Toronto, that's a nice little, it's a quick little drive from the D. I can just, so many things to do. Steve M in the building said, I hope Wind Waker and Twilight Princess AD still come to the Switch. You know what? That would be dope. Especially if this system get pushed out to say July. I hope they don't push out to July. But Nintendo could do some stuff like that. I would say you got the Switch Direct, so I'm gonna say June. I'm gonna say early June. I don't think it goes to July, but still, that's still a long time. It's January. It's 5 months from now. I don't like that. Let's watch it one more time. This one more time. Ain't gonna hurt. I'm looking forward to seeing which games are going to be exclusive to the Switch 2. Because I think a couple games, I think Metroid Prime 4 will be cross-gen. They'll have both versions on there. But I want to see games that say, hey, you can't play this no other place but here. Then this is another good question. Are you guys going to want to put this big old thing inside of a case? He says New York would have to wait until closer to the time. Hotels are experiencing year-round, but you could get lucky. Ooh, okay, so I know for sure I'm going to try to register for both. I'm trying to register for Dallas, and I'm going to try to register for New York. Because I would like that. Cause I like New York, and I like to get to that Nintendo store. It's only been one time. I'm gonna go again. My son in here dropping bombs. Hey man, that like having some good shit. always tell people all the time, "You're pretty good kids, Dave." I said, "Yeah, but when they were small, I was whooping their tail." They look at this, like, yeah, my kids got my thing. But you know what? They got old enough where they understand, like, oh man, I don't like that. I'm better off just doing what this guy asked me to do. Oh man. Steve said, I would pick New York so I can also go to the. Steve, that is the reason. You are absolutely, listen, we are on the same page. No, I'm gonna give you a third reason, Steve. The third reason I picked New York is so I can go early. So you know you can see that direct and be bam, we're right up in it. And then I can create content like never before. And then I just love the streets of New York. You know, I better take my camera, I can do street photography, you know, I go eat some good food, you know, I just eat me some good pizza. Steve says, first accessory I'll buy is a screen protector. I agree. Yep, I would. It's definitely gonna be a screen protector, hands down. Gorilla Glass, day one. Holla at your boy. The next accessory would probably be a new Pro controller. I want one because I want to see. Okay. All right. I like the Pro controller. Really do. Like how close it is. Great economic. I hate the D-pad. The D-pad is not very good. And I used to use Pac-Man 99 as my litmus test. Like, if you got a good D-pad, Pac-Man 99 was, you know, that was the jam. But the D-pad on the Switch is not as best as I would like it to be. So, I ain't gonna lie to you, Craig. I have pre-ordered the Satisfy Grip. But the Satisfied Grip is one of them things that, you know, I want to use at home. My issue is like I got this feeling like the Switch by itself is going to be comfortable enough. The Satisfied Grip, you might not need it. I'm gonna get it. I'm going to review it because I've already pre-ordered it. I just don't know how much I'll use it. You know what? I didn't use the Satisfied Grip a lot, even on my current Switch. But what I did use quite often was the Satisfied Grip for my Switch Lite. It did give it a 10 times better experience. Like that was the one, that Satisfied Grip for the Switch Lite. So it's gonna be interesting to see, man. Like what these other manufacturers come out, what they got prepared for the Switch. You know, what other new grips and other trinkets that's gonna enhance your experience. I'm looking forward to that. You know what? I mean, there's so many questions with dealing with the Switch that they have not answered, and I still want answered, and I hope maybe on April the 2nd they will answer it. But we'll know. We got a couple months to figure it out. We're going to probably get some new information about the current Switch and maybe some other future plans come February 4th when they have their investors call. I think that'll be interesting. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna keep playing this bad boy. I'm just gonna keep playing it. I wonder how many. It's got to be like some crazy number of times people have watched this video. I am glad that the Joy-Cons are not these solid colors. I like the black with the accent. I think that's great. I just wish they had a D-pad. Sell me one with a D-pad. Sell it. You know what? Put it off to the side. Sell it for $40. I bet you people would buy it. Hands down, people would buy it. And I mean, you can't deny that's a beautiful console. But just imagine that bad boy with an OLED screen and the bezel shrink. Because the bezels are still kind of big, but just imagine that bezel shrinks even more. Turn that bad boy into maybe like an 8.5, 9-inch screen, OLED. Oh, buddy, chef's kiss. It's gonna be crazy. And you know what? Captain C in the building. What's going on? Oh my God, man, y'all show Captain C some love. He back in the chat. What's going on with you, baby? Man, out here watching these Nintendo videos in the streets. I really like the look of the Joy-Cons. I hope Nintendo do a lot more specialized console builds that changes the color of the console entirely than just the Joy-Con. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Seeing what kind of special edition they got. You can imagine you get one early like you did with the light. Them ninjas would come for me, but I would not care. I will be recording so much content that by the time they figured it out, I done dropped about 100 videos. That would be crazy. Lord, no, I will be so excited. I will go live on my Discord first. This is my people. Like, hey, man, this is what your boy got going on here, baby. Oh, man, that would be so good. Steve M says, Leak said there will be a Mario Kart special edition. But yeah, I wouldn't, you know what? I would only pick that up if the cartridge inside was physical. That's the only way I would pick that special bundle up, unless the system is a different color. If the system is specialized where it's like, oh my goodness, this is totally different than everything else, then I would jump on. I'd be like, all right, forget it. I'm in. But if the system looked like that regular system, it just got Mario Kart boxed in and got a Mario Kart art on the box, I can pass and wait. That once again, another question that Nintendo needs to answer that I want answered. You know what? We all looking for, hey man, how do these games perform? How do they perform, man? That's gonna be the key. What's the loading time? Oh, I would definitely tell y'all, man. Listen, if you have not, let's hold on. Let's see if I can find this real quick. Where are we at? Let me come in. Let's see if I can scan disk express. Hey, y'all need to start looking for these SanDisk Express cards, because I best believe they are coming to the Switch. Matter of fact, one of the leaks that saw like they released that GameSpot, the GameStop listing, and they had these bad boys in here for the Nintendo Switch. You know what? You probably need to figure out, you know what kind of extra storage you're gonna want. It's gonna be 512. It's gonna be one terabyte, and 512 is already at $93. Yikes, man! But you're gonna need that. You're gonna need that storage. So I tell you, I would take this time between now and the system, is that I would start to structure and balance out some money to be able to make those things happen. Because I know for sure I am like, oh man, I gotta put some money away. I got money away from my systems already, but you know what? Now you think about like I need accessories and this and that. I know I got kids who gonna want and need help buying. I gotta prepare. So 512 at B&H is $93. Oh my goodness. But these cars are super fast though. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me pull one up. Let's go to B&H and see if they got the speeds on here. No, let's see if I can go to ScanDisk.com. All right, so ScanDisk has on their website. Well, this is the speeds here. That's fast, man. That's fast for an SD card. Shoot, man, that's fast for a lot of different cards. This is a micro SD card at that. So the speeds is great. So that means, your load and unload time is going to be great. You can say special edition already. That will be cool. Yeah, I just want the system to look different. If the system looks the same all across the board, then I'll wait. Don't give me that Christmas bundle already. So definitely you want to check on. Let me go back. Let me go here. Let's go there, and let's look at. I'm gonna look at one more site before I wrap this up tonight. I'm super excited. I'm glad you guys are super excited. But gotta check out what this says here. Silk Song fans think they're narrowed down the big announcement. I think this game is a cross-gen Switch 1, Switch 2 announcement. I think this would not be at the next Nintendo Direct. If it was, that would surprise me. But I think it's smarter for them because they waited so long to say, "Hey, we're on both Switch and Switch 2." This is definitely one of them games. And matter of fact, they can announce it at any time because the Switch 2 is announced. They can say they can have this direct. They can have games say, "Hey, we're gonna be on Switch 1, and we're coming out soon, but we'll also have a version of a Switch 2." It's backwards compatible, so to me, it's smarter for Team Cherry to have this bad boy on Switch 1. So this could be at the next Nintendo Direct. Could be, but you know what? We've been fooled before. That's a good question. That should have been a poll question tonight. What did you really think of the Switch 2? Like, I mean, I've voted a couple times on other people's polls, and if I had to rate the Direct on a scale of, to say, I don't know, 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 or A, B, C, D, I gave it a B because the system looks beautiful. We saw Mario Kart, 24 players. You know what? You got some information out of there. You saw what it looked like. And I'm happy and more excited about the system after seeing the Direct. I'm just glad it's out there so other companies can start talking about it. So yeah, that was my vote. That was my vote today. Let's see. All right. So yep, good people. I guess the last thing I will talk about today is like I not talked about it earlier about I want to see if anybody's gonna pick up Donkey Kong. I will pick up Donkey Kong eventually. It just won't be anytime soon. I got enough in my backlog to keep me busy. That the first Donkey Kong, I won't miss it. Quay said I thought Silk Song had some Microsoft money for the game for Game Pass. They did announce it early. They said it's coming on Game Pass, but you know what? Um, best believe it's gonna be day and date. So yeah, this game is coming to Game Pass if I'm correct. But you know, I want it on my Switch. So I don't think it's coming to Switch either. Nah. It didn't say that when that announcement happened. It didn't say it's exclusive. They'll be fools. What are you talking about? That'll be. I mean, that money had to be really really good for them to be. That would surprise me. That would really surprise me for them to go strictly Microsoft and wait to come on Nintendo. Oh, they'll be fools for that. They'll miss out. Exciting year of gaming. Listen, it's so exciting, geeky, that we really really need to get our money together. I'm telling you. If you got kids, man, you better get your money together. All right. I don't think nothing else is coming up. And it is 10:34. I got to get myself ready for bed. Got to get up in the morning and prepare. Well, good people, listen. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, man. I had a good night. Like Geeky said earlier, it's going to be exciting and one exciting year of gaming. Steve M says, the Switch 2 looks sleek, but I hope the screen is good. It's hard to go back to the old LED to LCD. I hope it is as good as the Legion Gold screen was pretty good. The PlayStation Portal screen was pretty good. So if it's as good as the Legion Gold screen, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. But it's not. I agree. It's nothing like that OLED though. That OLED, buddy. That Switch OLED still shines to this day. Um, so yeah, I agree with you on that. But the Legion Go screen is pretty good. CMG, I got a question for you before we go off screen, buddy. Are you getting a Legion Go S? Are you getting one? I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought about it, but I said nope. To me, I'm not gonna need one. I think the only other handheld that I'm looking forward to is two of them. One is whenever the Steam Deck 2 drop, I'm gonna probably jump on that. And if Xbox drops at handheld, I'm probably gonna jump on that. CMG says that's a different type of LCD. It's a IP screen. It's more upgraded now. Gotcha. It's gonna be interesting to see how these things turn out. Very, very interesting. I'm just, you know what? Today put a smile on my face for sure. Um, but it still left me thirsting for more. So in these next couple months, we'll see how Nintendo trickle out this information. I'm just really saying I'm waiting for them to say, "Hey, this is the price," and pre-order start today. That's what I'm waiting on. So I can be like, "Okay, let me go ahead and start working to make that things happen." But yeah, man, can't wait. God bless Texas. All right, you people, this is your boy Gaming Dad, man. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, man. Go Jackets, man. Once again, shout out to my basketball team, man. We are 17-0. We will end the season 18-0, undefeated regular season champions. And then you know what? Cause we're gonna win Saturday. You know, we've this team. I can start my JV team against their varsity team, and we'll win. So I know for sure. Without a shadow of a doubt, and it's not to be disrespectful to Woodland. They just don't. They can't compete with us. Played Cedartown the other day, and we crushed Cedartown. And Cedartown is our rival. Cedartown is the high school where Nick Chubb came from, and but we beat them. We only allowed them to score 7 points the whole game. So, thank you, Geeky. Great talk. It was a great talk. Great show today. I look forward to our next meeting this Monday. It should, because I don't think do I have a game Monday? I do not. No, I do not have a game. So I will be here Monday, 8 o'clock. So great to be. The basketball season is winding down. CMG said, I don't really know. I like what I have in the Legion Go. You like, listen, I'm the same way. I like what I have in my Legion Go. I just wished it. I wish I gotta watch some videos and see if I can optimize it myself to get it to a point where I enjoy the experience, because I hate when I play games. If I hit pause for a minute, or let it go into sleep mode, and all of a sudden I gotta reboot everything. I can't stand it. CMG says, got to see my stories on IGN and all the high school games I attend in New York City. Craziness. Man, CMG, man, I know, man. Don't you just love high school basketball? It's so authentic. It's so, unapologetic, and it's so not rigged. Even though I'm enjoying watching my Pistons of lately, but still, it's a bunch of three balls. All right, good people, listen, I can go on forever talk about some nonsense, but I won't. I'll see you guys on Monday night, same time, same back station. Free $10 eShop card. Come check us out. Spread the word. CMG says Legion Go S Z2 Go is below in terms of performance to the Z1. As you can see, I keep what I got. I got 2 terabytes. I'm good. All right, good people. This is your boy Gaming Dad, man. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys later. Audi 5000G. Peace, love, and soul. Good people. Goodbye.